Hello, horns! Welcome to Strange Humors with Miss Seidel. So we will be going through the rhythms that you have going on here. I'm so sorry. I have no instruments with me right now. I will just be clapping your part. I suggest that you watch this video, you pause it, you rewind it, you watch it through, you come back to it, take a listen to the recording and see what kinds of things you can learn from putting this all together. If you'd like to work the two of you on this, you absolutely can. There is a lot of unison going on between the two parts, so feel free to kind of see how your parts work out together. So looking at the beginning, we have extremely quietly, I mean super sneaking in. The crescendo is only up to one dynamic level, so you're only crescendoing from 4Ps to 3Ps, right? Then wow, the 3/4, you're up to pianissimo, still extremely quiet. So something that'll be a big challenge is keeping this in tune and holding your note with stability at a very quiet dynamic. I definitely recommend playing out a tuner for this and sit there playing this A for a while, mess around with how can I sneak in? Am I going to be able to hear the pitch before I come in? What might my tendency be? Am I going to fall flat or sharp? Am I going to frack the note and hit a partial below or above? What might happen here? Making sure, again, that you're not going crazy with your dynamics, because you are clearly, based on your 4Ps, you're not the most important part going on right now. This is during an alto saxophone solo and duet here. So we don't need to go through rhythms. You are capable of counting that, so I'm just going to move on. All right. G. Oh, also at A, I'm sorry. I already forgot. So cone sword means with me. We talked about this stopped horn, like shoving your fist into the bell there. Then at G, senza sword. Senza, we've talked about that word, means without, so just playing normally. Then at 81, taking a look at a rhythm, we have tied. If we didn't have it tied, we're in 3, right? So 1, 2, 3, 1 E and a 2 and 3. But it is tied. So 1 E and a 2 and 3, 1 E and a 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3. So take a look at that again at 81. 1 E and a 2 and 3, 1 E and a 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3. This time you have a much bigger crescendo and you can go past your mezzo piano super quiet stuff that you've had going on here. H, notice we've gone into 5/8, 5 eighth notes in each measure. So that's why we have the 2 eighth notes with another one and the quarter rest. The plus above it means stopped horn. So make sure that you're paying attention to where that's open and where it isn't. At I, you're just playing all 5 eighth notes. So if we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, and 3 for the 3, 4. So nothing super complex. Again, you're just playing all 5 eighth notes here. But we have this bend pitch down in horn 1. You are bending down from F to D. That can just be a chromatic rundown. So F, E, E flat, D. And then instead of doing D for the last one, I'm actually going to have you do D flat. So each note of the 5 notes will be chromatically going down. F, E, E flat, D, D flat, and then on your C for the next measure. So we have da 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 dee da 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 da, then the 3, 4. If you are playing horn 2, that 4th measure of I, the pitch bend is only to 1 note. You don't have 5 notes between E and D to get through. So this is using your embouchure and not using your fingers to bend that pitch. So if I was saying, oh, Asher Graylin, your C is really sharp, how would you bring that pitch down to be in tune? That is what you're doing here to like an extreme level. So see if you can experiment with using your embouchure to bend that down. So then we also have this transition into 3/4 right before J. So if we're going da 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 at J. The 3/4, I know the eighth notes are kind of beamed in a weird way. That is just like the editing style that the composer chooses to use. They're just normal eighth notes. They just look weird. So 1 and 2 and 3. Did that measure before J? We've looked at this a little bit before, but we have this 4/3, so 4 evenly spaced notes in 3/4. So if I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you want to think about the actual rhythms and the subdivision there, 1 eanda, 2 and 3 eanda, 1 eanda, 2 and 3 eanda, happening over the course of our 3/4. So if we're looking at the pitch bend measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, and d da 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 da. Notice that you have been stopped horn this whole time until J. You're finally open. Good. Then we just have some simple eighth notes going on at J. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Then this fourth one here is a little bit different with the 1 and 2 and da da da. Good. All right. First page down. Look at that. Then looking at the second page, at 152, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3. Not super crazy. Then N, we have weird notes. Really work on hearing the accidentals here and how that goes. It is kind of strange. You are in unison notes almost here. It's a little bit weird. You're a half step apart sometimes, and that is supposed to sound really crunchy, so embrace the crunch. We're in 5, so when we look at the last couple notes of each of these measures here, 5 after N, we have 4/5, 4/5, and the last one 4/5 in a quarter note. So that leaves the rest of this as the first 3 counts. We have 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. So taking a look, if we were doing this quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, da 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 dee da 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 da. Again, make sure the quarter note is long enough and you're holding it for the full 4/5. It is a little quicker than this at our tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, and dee da 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 dee da 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 da. Then back into 3. At measure 169, again, you're still in unison rhythms here. We have some weird. Sorry, my cat is trying to get into the room with me. We have some weird rhythms. 1 and 2, 3 is 169, right? 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 3. Beat 3 on the beat. Beat 2 not on the beat because of the 16th note before it tied in. Then 170, that's our pick up the dog rhythm. Da 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 da. But because of the tie, the dog needs to be into 1. So instead of pick up the dog, we have da da da, da da da. Then playing 8th note on beat 3, da 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 da. The next measure, similar but a little bit different, da 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 da. Right? 1 E and 3. Then third measure of O, we have this same 4/3 polyrhythm happening, the 1 eanda, 2 and 3 eanda that we've already had. Let's take a look at P. P is very unsettling and weird feeling. So embrace the weird, because it's this mysterious, clunky thing before our last measure to tie it all in. So 181, we have 1 eanda, 2 and 3 eanda, 1 eanda, 2 and 3 E, da 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 da, right? Then look at the second measure of that, 182, not the same rhythm. This time we have beat 2 on the beat. So instead of 1 eanda, rest, and we have 1, 2 and 3 E, and then a nice horn rip, our favorite, right? 1, 2 and 3 E, 1, 2, 3, Da da da, ba. Pick up the dog, ba. All right, awesome. Happy practicing with this. Again, please pause, rewind, take a look, take a listen to the recording, compare parts, work on your own, work together. Good luck.